Hi, YouTube. Uh, just kind of hanging out today, kind of trying to recover from yesterday. It really takes a lot out of me when I have a meltdown, and I still have some of the symptomology so I'm dealing with. And one of the things that happens, not every time, but a lot of times, sometimes before, during, and after, but I lose ability to understand speech properly. I I'll hear what people say. I'll hear the words they say, but they don't make sense in my head. It's like somebody speaking a foreign language, or like the teacher from Peanuts, wah 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 wah, and it can be very difficult to communicate. So one of the tools that I use to help me is I read out loud, because it slows down my brain a little bit, and it otherwise I just take a picture of it with my mind and file it away and read it like that, ching 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 ching, like an instantaneous thing. But so if I read out loud, I have to way slow down my reading, and I'm hearing the words that I'm seeing with my eyes, which helps me make a connection so that I can communicate better. So I thought I'd share that with you, and I'm gonna read something from this book I have called Parables from Other Planets, Folk Tales of the Universe. And it was written by Hugh and Gail Prather, and they're a husband and wife team. And this is a book of short stories and little blurbs, and it's all encapsulated, like meaning that it um, well, it has a forward and afterward, and that kind of makes it the story. It's kind of like the little ends that make all the short stories kind of come together in one way. And there's definitely a theme going on, you know what I mean? So, uh, I was going to read two little things because they are very small, like this one right here. And what it says is, Beloved, God heard you the first time. From the planet Lacanc. The translation: because Lacanc experiences an almost continuous shower of meteorites, prayers of necessity are short. Meaning, do not be afraid. All your questions have been anticipated. On planets where the lifespan is considerably longer than on Leconq, the notion that God speaks in vague signs and coded indicators, that the meaning of events must be painstakingly raked over, or that one must keep calling in one's request to the head switchboard indefinitely, have evolved out of an excess of time. While on Leconq, where there is not enough time to second guess, it is assumed that the answer is in your heart before you ask. Pretty cool, huh? And then, like, my favorite story. This story is the reason that I lug this book around in my backpack everywhere. The whole, I don't know, what is that? A pound and a half, 2 pounds. It's because of this story right here, and you'll see why. It's really cool. Okay, it's the last child of God. Circling the great sun Salta is a single planet and nothing more. Although it has several names, so brilliantly does the planet shine in the vastness of space that within its galaxy it is simply known as the Eye of Heaven. The people who inhabit it are unusual in that they have a single religion from which no group of detractors has ever split. Perhaps it is the simplicity of the teaching that has kept it beyond question. Perhaps it is the small size and the homogeneous nature of the population, or perhaps it is the religion's central concept itself. In the daily services, only one reminder is given, that the world, and all of the worlds, are over, and the power to harm has been removed. What is now before the eyes is merely a replay, a final view of how it all ended. Thus, the traditions of this religion contain no creation story, but only an ending story. The story of rest, as it is called, is about the final day when God was gathering his children into the house. There was still so much to do because bringing an entire cosmos with 6 island universes and so many galaxies that there are not numbers enough to count them is a complex task. But when God heard that there was still one person unaccounted for, he put aside all that he was doing and immediately he began searching for his lost child. In all the corners of the outer world, God looked, going into the depths of every black hole, entering the core of every star, sweeping clean the surface of every planet and asteroid, knowing for certain that his child was not there. He then entered the middle world, 16 times as large as the outer and still filled with the moaning gray forms of in between emotions: boredom, discontent, lethargy, depression, and futility. Again he searched every corner, and again he found nothing. Finally, God entered the underworld, where even now could be seen the last sharp roots of hatred, the broken webs of murder and deceit, and the few remaining cinders of greed, and all the finally echoing screams of betrayal. There, tucked beneath a long shadow of guilt, he found his lost child. God reached out his hand and he said, "Why did you not come when I called you home? Could you not feel my welcome?" The lost child of God cowered and hid his eyes from the splendor of God's goodness. "There is no sin I have not committed," he said. "There is no mistake I have not made. I am not worthy to enter your doors." God answered, "It is not contrition that binds you, my child. It is not humility that hides you away. It is mere arrogance. Can you imagine an authority great enough to quench forever the happiness that I alone give? Do you think that what you have done can stop a life which I alone am the source? Do you believe that you possess the power to harm even one small part of anything that I have created? Surely you have suffered with this illusion long enough. If there was a debt to be paid, you have paid it. And now your family awaits you. Come and show them that I am so harmless, and so harmless is all that I have made, that you cannot even harm yourself." And God returned home with his child and set him gently down in his eternal place, and there went up an anthem of rejoicing that did not end. Yeah, I love that story. Now I got to think about it and meditate on it and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys have a really great day. I'm just going to chill out and take it easy and, have a little green and just relax. Peace.